Hey everybody, welcome to the Dungeoncast. I'm Brian.
And I'm William.
This is the podcast where we talk about everything tabletop role-playing games.
And today we are talking about The Ring of Winter.
1, 2, 3, 4. Shout out to
Welcome, adventurers, to the Dungeoncast.
Hey, Brian.
Winter.
Winter.
Freeze.
Indeed.
Frost. I like Arnold Schwarzenegger as
Mr. Freeze?
Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, I do as well. Well, we made it, Brian,
Yeah, we did.
to the end of the year.
Oops.
To the end of the year of the artifact.
Oh my God. Yeah. I opened up these notes before the show. I was like, aw.
Yeah. And if today's artifact had its way, it would also be the end of the world.
Whoa.
That's right. It's our final artifact episode in this year of the artifact. And I thought, what better way to end it than on an evil ring that wants to end everything?
Nice. This is it? This is our last one?
Our last artifact episode for this year. I mean, sure, we'll do
Wow.
other artifact
That's
episodes
crazy,
moving forward.
bro.
Yeah, I know.
We did it.
We did, yeah.
There was a submarine and
There was a
and a
submarine.
big sharp sword.
That was an artifact, though, and there was lots of swords.
And there was a
We did a whole weapons episode.
Crystal Palace.
We did, yeah. Well, if we're talking about the artifacts, we did the Deck of Many Things. We did the Crinchinaban, the Orbs of Dragonkind. We did.
We're gonna have to redo the Deck of Many Things episode because now there's a book of many things.
I know. Tell me about it.
I'm
We
very
did, We
interested
did
in it.
Orcus's Wand. That's probably my favorite one.
Yeah, would be your favorite one.
We did the Rod of Seven Parts.
Yeah, I like that one.
That was a
too.
good one too. Yeah, we did quite a bit of artifacts.
7 rods instead of 1.
Indeed, but today we're talking about the Ring of Winter, a mysterious, powerful artifact that may one day plunge an entire world into endless winter. So, won't you walk with me, Brian, through this winter wonderland?
This evil ass winter wonderland.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I will.
Let's get into it.
Okay. I mean, I William. Sorry.
So, before we actually get into it, this is a specifically Forgotten Realms artifact. So it touches on Forgotten Realms deities and places primarily.
That's what I've learned in the Year of the Artifact. Is if you want to be involved with the Year of the Artifact, you must also fucks with the Forgotten Realms heavily.
A lot of, or Greyhawk.
Or Greyhawk, which is
yeah.
also very cool.
Yeah.
Greyhawk is rad.
I prefer Greyhawk to Forgotten Realms for sure.
Yeah, they got weird shit under their castle.
Yeah, I know, I like it. The ring.
Gygax is still down there, they say. Still wandering in Castle Greyhawk.
The ring is a golden featureless band that is constantly covered in a layer of frost that never melts.
Tasty.
Unless the ring is in contact with living flesh, it slowly covers whatever it touches with frost out to a 5-foot radius. When first held, it burns the flesh with intense cold and vibrates with power. This numbing cold ends if the wearer attunes themselves to the ring. It emits a fierce blue radiance when in the presence of magic working against it.
This is a lot like those open top freezers at the grocery store that are on 24 hours a day. They've
Yeah.
got that lip of fucking thick, tasty frost on the outside.
yeah.
I was a weird kid. I ate that shit.
Oh,
Yeah, skip some out.
Oh,
Like,
oh
my
no,
mom be
thank
like,
you.
Get out of there.
It's hilarious. That's funny as hell. So yeah, absolutely. I
It
see
does
the
not
similarity.
taste good, by the way.
No, it does not.
It is cold, though.
It's very cold. Little is known for certain about the Ring of Winter. All that is known for certain about it has been gleaned from ancient histories. It was forged by a mage of staggering power, some say Azuth before he became a god, and kissed by Auril, the neutral evil Faerunian goddess of winter and cold, at a time when the countries that now make up the realms were little more than scattered villages.
That's a good reason for your ring to be cold. Was the god of cold kissed it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a great reason.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Regardless of its origin, the Ring of Winter has always been an object of fascination and desire for those who seek to do great good or great evil in Faerun. The ring first seems to show up roughly 1,200 years before the current present day, which we talked about in the Netheril episode. Was like it's around 1492 or something like that.
Yeah.
Found by Lord Dalmas Ray Burton of Cormyr, a human explorer from said country.
Mm-hmm.
He found the ring in the vicinity of present-day Shadowdale over a millennia ago.
Those Dales again.
Yeah, Shadowdale is like it's like my understanding is it's like a small rural area, and that's where Elminster dwells. It's
Okay.
like I'm not sure if that's where he was born or not, but he likes it there. His tower's there.
He stays there. Yeah.
My question is, where the fuck was Elminster when this ring showed up, and why didn't he do something about this ring? You think he'd immediately be aware of it, but
Why would he be? Is he supposed to know everything?
he's
that
just
goes
a
on in his-
super.
his
He's just a
Shadowdale?
super mage, and this is an artifact that appeared in his town.
Maybe he was asleep.
Maybe he was asleep. I don't know what Ilminster was up to 1,200 years ago, but anyways. It was
another
found
episode.
by Dolmas Rayburton instead.
Yeah.
And he used the ring for several years in the Forest Kingdom, which is Cormyr, before hastily departing for the jungles of Chult, which is very far away, from whence he never returned.
Yeah, and full of bullshit, right? Like the jungles of Chult are like dangerous as shit.
It's very dangerous, known for like dinosaurs, tabaxi, yuan-ti.
Yeah, demonic incursions.
Demonic incursions, sure. There's demon stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
Tomb of Annihilation happens there. That's where this ring is from for 5e. 5e it has this ring involved in its story. But yeah, so yeah, it is a dangerous place. And I'm not entirely sure why Dolmas Rayburton went there with the ring, but he did.
His adventuring spirit.
And he never came back. I know why he stayed there. I just don't know why he went there.
Oh, so it's not a mystery as to why he didn't come back. Did he die?
No, he didn't die. He might die later in the story, and I just don't know. But he ends up in this ancient city called Mesro, which is like an ancient tabaxi holy city in the middle of a jungle, created by this ancient dinosaur god.
What's up with the dinosaurs being responsible for everything in the Forgotten Realms? That's weird.
I don't know. I'm butchering this,
I
by
wasn't
the way.
expecting that.
This is all in the book, The Ring of Winter, in
It's gonna be a
1990.
big diggy paragraph in our
Oh
Discord.
God, I'm sure.
On this segment.
He becomes one of the leaders of the city. He's like the only non-tabaxi, like member of the leading council or whatever.
Mm-hmm. He knows how to go. Pss, 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 pss.
And he stays there. I think he seals the ring there. And that's the last thing I know about Lord Dolmas Rayburton.
Okay,
He's not the most important character we're going to talk about today.
sick.
So, yeah, so he goes to the jungles of Chult. He never returns.
Gotcha.
So out of game. Oh God. Okay. Here's me re-explaining what I just kind of explained, but in more clearer terms. It looks like the ring's first appearance was in the novel *The Ring of Winter* by James Lauder in 1992. Following that, it appeared in the game of Dungeons and Dragons in Volo's Guide to All Things Magical in 1996.
A book, right?
Yeah, that was so. One was a novel.
Mm-hmm.
The other, Volo's Guide to All Things Magical, is a source book for second edition D&D.
Gotcha.
1996 comes out and it has the ring from the novel in it.
Okay.
After that, as far as I could tell, the ring does not reappear in any supplement or book until 2017's Tomb of Annihilation.
Dang,
Now,
what a
maybe
callback.
I'm wrong, but I didn't find anything.
It's like 5e was like, we're gonna fucking do it with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the brunt of this artifact's history is in this novel. I have not read this novel.
Okay. Neither have I.
The ring had been hidden in the temple of Ubtao, patron deity of Chult and the Tabaxi. He's the dinosaur god I was talking about. Also, the Tabaxi worship him, so cats like him too.
I thought it was just the Cat Lord.
No,
Guess not.
there's also
The Cat Lord
Uptow.
controls. The Cat Lord controls their need to go leave.
that's true.
Each genius.
So the ring had been hidden in the temple of Uptow in the lost city of Mesro, hidden there by Dolmas Rayburton of Cormyr, after he had used the ring and thereby accidentally murdered several people.
Oops.
To be fair, it was probably the ring's fault. The ring's super evil and it's hard to control.
It do be like that with the ring.
It do be like that with the ring.
Yeah.
The former oh God, here we go. The former harper, artist. Okay, I'm going with Simber, or is
Yeah.
it Kimber?
I would say, yeah, I don't know.
You
I would
right?
say Simber or Simber,
God,
like climber,
I should have looked it up.
Simer. It
Art-
looks like climber without an L.
It does look like Climber without an L.
Probably Sim.
Do you think it's Simber?
It's Simber.
Kimber?
Simber or Simber?
I'm going with artist Kimber.
Yeah.
The former harper, artist Kimber, pretty famous Forgotten Realms dude. Former harper, like I just said, main character of the book,
Okay.
The Ring of Winter. Thank you for looking up the pronunciation.
Uh-huh.
And the main guy associated with The Ring of Winter is that's this guy, artist Kimber, Simber, whatever you're about to tell me.
Mm-hmm.
After spending
a bunch of letters wrong.
After spending years of his life searching for the ring, learned of the location of the ring and retrieved it, thereafter using it to repel a goblin invasion of Mesro. I cannot tell you how grossly of a simplification of the story that sentence I just read was.
Well, if you're the main character of an entire book with a big evil ring,
Yeah.
Anyway, Simber was spot
It's
on.
Simber?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Artus Simber.
Cool. So after this, Artis Cimber seems to continue hanging out in Chult for a long time. I think he did leave, but he comes back. He's actively hiding the ring from anyone who would use it.
Okay.
Because it is evil. But he seems to be pretty okay with it. So I'm not, again, I never read the book. At some point, he does become like a chosen of Auril, that evil goddess of winter we talked about. But he what he's actually doing here is he's looking for his lost wife and the city of Mesro, which both disappeared back in the spell plague. So basically, everything that he did in that book disappeared when the spell plague happened.
Okay.
And rather than wait, because it's been a couple centuries or whatever, he's like, fuck that shit. I need to go find my wife.
We've got like 3 episodes worth of spell plague stuff across our entire catalog. Probably.
Maybe. We never really actually talk about the spell plague.
That's what I mean. Is like one day we will.
We'll do an episode of spell plague.
It's one of those topics that's hovering. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
It was like how we talked about Demogorgon for like 100 episodes before we actually talked about Demogorgon.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Shout out to the spell plague.
Shout out to the spell plague.
Starting it up.
All right. Sounds good. So he's actually looking for his wife in the city of Mesro, which disappeared back in the spell plague.
Shout out to the spell plague.
Either way, he and the ring are very much in the adventure module, the Tomb of Annihilation. And lots of people are showing up looking for the ring in that adventure.
Hell yeah.
So the ring is relentlessly sought after by the frost giant Jarl Storvald, as he believes it to be a way to raise frost giants in the Ordning. Now, this bridges 2 adventures, because Jarl Storvald is in the what's the adventure called? The giant one, the Storm Giants.
Storm Giants Thunder, Storm King's Thunder.
Storm King's Thunder, yes. So Jarl Storvald's in that one, and he's looking for the Ring of Winter in that one, and he's done some sort of ritual or something to like track down Artis Cimber by like tracking his blood or something like that. But like the ritual ends up taking him to where Artis Cimber's kid is instead.
Okay.
And so he's laying siege to this city thinking Artis is in there, but Artis isn't in there. And then when you defeat them, they figure out that Artis wasn't in there, and then they go to Chult.
Okay.
And then so if you play that adventure and then you go play this adventure, he's back.
Oh,
Jarl
wow.
Storvald's back. And he's looking for Artis still.
They don't have a pronunciation on Jarl Storvald.
I
I was just thinking about that because like that was be a hard decision to not pronounce this J.
Oh no, I know that's a word. That's a Norse word.
I got it.
Yeah.
Jarl.
A jarl
So,
is
got
like
it.
a
Not just
baron
giant
or a
associate.
governor. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so his name is Storvald, and he's the governor Storvald. He's a
Governor
giant?
Storvald. Basically, he's the leader of his tribe, right? Jarl.
Yeah.
You never played Skyrim, huh?
No.
Game's
so
full of
I'm-
jarls. There's like 8 jarls. You can
8 jarls.
You become the thane of each of them.
And then one guy's saying Jarl, and they kill him.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Jarl Storvald and his frost giant homies are there. They're looking for the ring in Artis.
Sick.
The Zentarim, which is like the Forgotten Realms Mafia.
Oh, nice. Okay.
They're there. They're looking for the ring.
Okay.
And it makes sense that they would be there because the Zentarim are like, they're like, not only are like I said the Mafia, they're like the East India Trading Company
Okay.
of the Forgotten Realms. If the East India Trading Company was also the Mafia,
Which they may have
which
been.
they may have kind of been.
Yeah.
yeah. There's similarities. Anyways.
Okay.
So East India Trading Company's there. It's looking for the ring.
Okay.
There are some red wizards of Thay that are there. They're not looking for the ring, but if you show up with Artis, they want the ring, so they'll try and take it.
Okay.
Then there's this half-elven sorceress named Zandala that's there, and she's searching for Cimber and the ring. So everyone wants this ring,
Yeah.
despite it having absolutely, and I do mean absolutely, nothing to do at all with the main storyline of the adventure Tomb of Annihilation.
There's just a ring of power floating around
Yes.
during.
It's just a whole subsection that you can interact with or completely ignore.
Yeah. You can like do a human Rube Goldberg machine where you're like avoiding all of the factions trying to take your ring. And you have to like throw it down a ramp and
There
like,
you
do
go.
a power
Like you
slide.
yourself can kill Artis and take his ring if you wanted to.
There you go. Oh, I love how you can do that in adventure modules. Where it's
Yeah.
like, sort of make that decision.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then fuck up the reading of your inventor module for like the rest of the time you have it.
Yeah, that's true. So the Ring Winter has a myriad of powers.
Mm-hmm.
It can make it impossible for the wearer to be detected through divination magic, renders its wearer immune to cold, halts their aging entirely. It also constantly attempts to take control of its wearer to compel them to cause unnecessary harm and destruction.
Okay, so something about our boy here, he stops that particular.
Yeah. Again, I haven't played that adventure module, nor have I read that book. But everything that I did read, he seems fine.
If he's getting picked up by an evil god,
That is weird. But then he uses his power to make sure no one can get the ring and do evil with it. That's like his whole deal.
maybe the
And he's
god
just
is
looking
more
for his wife.
interested- Yeah, maybe he's more interested in like, well, if you're using the ring, then
Then
good
you're
for
my
you.
guy.
Yeah.
I kissed that ring, you know.
Well, this is how Elminster didn't know it was in his town. It protects itself from being detected.
That's true. That was probably like, fuck, I don't want to be found by that guy.
Yeah, Elminster's gonna fuck me up.
Yeah, seriously. So the ring furthermore increases the efficacy of all other magical items that remain within 20 feet
Or 6.1 meters.
of it for more than 10 days. The longer the exposure, the greater the augmentation. The ring is capable of quickly and permanently lowering the temperature of 120 foot
Or 37 meter.
radius sphere to a minimum of negative 30 degrees Fahrenheit,
That's 34 degrees Celsius in the negative.
and can do this multiple times until the wearer decides to end the effect. It can create inanimate objects and animate creatures made of ice. It also is capable of casting spells like Big B's Hand, Cone of Cold, Ice variant of Flesh of Stone, Ice Storm, Odoluke's Freezing Sphere, Sleet Storm, Spike Growth, and Wall of Ice. Okay, real quick, Big B's Hand. Is Big B's Hand made of ice?
No.
Okay.
But it is now in this spell.
I swear it was made of ice in 4th edition, and now I'm pulling up 4A, so excuse me.
Oh yeah, not in 5th edition. In 5th edition, it's just like a big spectral hand or something. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a big magic hand.
Right, big magic hand,
You
right?
played Glover, right? The old N64 game
I've
Glover.
actually never played Glover.
What if Glover could fly?
If Glover could fly. Okay,
Yeah.
you know what? This isn't working, so we're moving on. I'll look into the 4A thing and report back later.
Bigby's Hand is, bar none, probably the coolest 5th level spell that exists.
Ooh, 5th level? That's I don't know.
Right? Because Bigby Hand's a 5th level spell. Am
don't
I
know.
wrong?
I don't know, but 5th level, that's got a lot of competition.
It like what? You hit me with one. What was your?
Is it Chain Lightning is a good one? I like lightning
That is a good
stuff.
spell. That is a good spell. But is it good as good as
5th
Bigby's
level
Hand?
D&D spells. We're doing this right now, I guess.
This is a podcast about all things tabletop roleplay games, and Bigby's Hand is in that category of stuff.
Okay, Bigby's Hand is a 5th level spell. It is. Cone of Cold is great, by the way.
Cone of Cold is a good spell. It's a very good spell.
Destructive Wave rocks.
I'd never used it.
Okay, it's a very powerful spell. I was hoping for Tidal Wave, but I guess that's a level 6 spell. I mean, it's up there. Yeah,
Tidal Wave is a
great
very good spell.
Yeah, it's a very good spell.
That Tidal Wave got cast in Super Quest Saga.
It did. I remember it fondly.
Me too. I was just talking to Freeland about that.
What? The
Tidal Wave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the last, I think you were going to pit us in an Unhallowed, or there was something came up about a beholder in conversation. And I was like, last time we fought a beholder.
Yes,
It got soaked to the bone.
It did, yeah. And it was a robot,
was
too.
a
It was a
robo-
robot beholder.
Robo behold.
All right. It is said that the ring has other powers that can only be accessed by an evil being who does not fall under the control of the ring. It is rumored that the ring can be used to summon white dragons, or the primordial Cryonax,
Wow.
who's the prince of evil cold-using creatures and one of the inhabitants of the para-elemental plane of ice. He somewhat resembles a giant yeti with 2 tentacles in place of arms, so I think Demogorgon would like him.
Eat a Gorgon.
And that the ring could freeze entire worlds.
Okay.
So very powerful. It is said that the ring can only be destroyed if worn by the Summer Queen, which is the Queen of the Fairies, Titania, who's probably the most powerful, the Archfey. Again, this ring is all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
It just seems to it has lore tied to every little thing. Like, we're in Schultz, we got dinosaur gods, we got the goddess of winter, now we got the summer court, it was found in Shadowdale. It just has little tiny links to everything. It's weird.
Yeah, it's been around. It's a lot like the Ring of Power in like a ton of ways.
Yeah, I guess there's some similarity. Any questions before we take a short rest?
Wants to destroy the world. You have to put it in a volcano person to destroy it.
She's not a volcano person.
She's a summer.
She's a fairy of light.
She's a summer queen.
She is a summer
It's
queen.
the closest thing in this analog to lava.
In this analog, yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's take a short rest.
Okay.
It's the grand adventures of Alien and Beard.
Oh wow, the upward slope on this cave is really starting to increase in angle. Wouldn't you say?
Yes, I think we're getting close to the end here. We're finally making our way to the peak, the base of the mountain.
It's definitely the top now.
It's the top now, yes.
What do you think happened to all those creators at that crater? You think they got dumped?
I don't think they have any backers anymore. If that answers your question.
Maybe they fell back to Earth. Sorry, Toril.
We don't live in Forgotten Realms. Don't put that on us.
Where do we live? What is this place?
It's yet to be named.
Is I call it O-Earth? It's like not Earth, but different. That way, if I say the O, they know.
A-Earth.
A-Earth. B-Earth. Birth. Welcome to Birth. Semantics, really.
Our world has many names, Beard. Depending on the culture you come from and the place you live, and who am I to apply a singular misnomer upon her?
Same, you know, that's some real shit.
But it is definitely not Toril.
You're always spitting the realest shit, Alien.
Thank you.
It's definitely not that thing. I'll remember not to do that. But what do you how much power do you think we'll have when we get the second shard?
Well, I would wager at least double.
You're fucking smart.
At least 200%.
That's good. Well, wouldn't it be additional 100%?
It would be an additional 100%.
Yeah.
Yes, you were correct.
You can't
But
abandon math.
a total of 200%. You asked how much power we would have after, and I gave you an answer.
True, isn't it funny how as soon as you have it, it becomes 100%?
It is funny how that happens.
It's
yes.
weird. Like, I don't get why the mountain flipped upside down and like how we just happened to survive that, but like it did.
Yes, and as you stated before, the bottom of it is now the top.
That's right. And, like maybe so I know my math okay, but not my math-jick. That's where you come in.
Yes,
Where you come in.
I'm quite the math jicker.
The math-jicician.
Don't ever call me that again.
Yeah, right. That's a different thing.
Okay, I think I see a light, Beard, at the end of the tunnel here.
It looks so cold up there, almost as if there is an endless winter roiling up in the space overhead.
Now that the bottom of the mountain is the top of the mountain, the summit of the mountain is now the peak. And at the peak of the mountain, it's quite cold up here at this elevation.
That's true. It's
Yes.
still, they didn't flip the whole sky.
No,
Right?
they did. No, they did not flip the entire planet.
Look, as we're approaching the lip or sphincter of the cave, and it's got this ring of crusty ice that's built. Let me just,
Quite cold.
Oh,
Whoa, Beard.
oh.
That was unnecessary and graphic.
It tastes gross. Don't eat this ice. It tastes like it's been sitting next to frozen chicken for weeks.
I'm climbing out of the cave now.
Okay, me too.
Whoa, Beard.
What's up? What's going on up there?
It's just completely flat and expanse as far as you can see. Well, sort of.
With a bunch of snow, right?
Yes, there is. Yes, there's also snow and ice up here, but
Yeah.
it's just so flat and vast. Wow.
Oh,
Are
okay.
you coming up here?
Yeah, I'm gonna come up here. Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to think of.
I could build a whole city up here.
a whole.
Beard?
Yeah, you know what?
An enclave.
It's huge.
We'll call it Alien's Enclave.
It looks like somebody's over there, though.
What? Who's on my enclave?
We've returned.
Indeed we have.
We are fucking back.
Indeed we are.
We're fucking back. Thank you to everybody who supports us on Patreon. You can find us, if you'd like to do so, on patreon.com/thedungeoncast. We'll not only support people who make the show, but the people who role play as characters on the show that are also supported by patron money or something. What is it that they do? What do they do? It's like the spirits of the patrons inside of the item.
Souls of the generous benefactors.
Your souls.
Power.
So when you put money into Patreon for us, a piece of your soul goes in there that powers a mystical item in our imaginary.
It powers the machine that is the Dungeoncast.
That is the analog we were trying to. That's the metaphor we're drawing here.
Feed your soul to the machine.
Feed your soul to Bjorn, who will paint imaginary paintings. You know, I've been thinking of actually. My sister paints. And she's actually fairly good at it. Mm-hmm. And so is my kid. And but I don't know if I could like I was thinking about posting her stuff as Bjorn's work.
Oh, okay.
In Patreon.
Yeah.
You can see her. She went to like a chug and squeeze. I don't know why I call it. I think the Adventure Zone is why I call it a chug and squeeze. But
what are you talking about?
Like where you go to a place and drink wine and do art. It could be pottery or painting.
Yeah. What do they call it? Sip and paint?
Chug and squeeze.
Chug and squeeze.
Thank you, Justin McElroy. There's not actually a chug and squeeze out there. That's a made up thing from an improv guy. But she did one that was really cool. I'll show you a picture. I turned my phone off. But I was thinking about posting like, oh, Bjorn did this.
For sure.
For patrons.
Just steal your sister's work.
Or just crediting her sort of. But also trying to do an acrylic painting myself too.
Yeah, you should.
As Bjorn. I'll put on my role play regalia. I do have like some armbands and shit, like greaves, I think is what they call them. Maybe I'll put on my greaves and my full plate and try to paint something.
There you go.
No promises. I'll try. Okay, so we're back for reals. We got this is Bigby's hand. We got Ring of Winter.
We got the Ring of Winter.
Bigby's hand also has a lot. Oh, this is longer than Bigby's hand.
It is. Okay. It's quite longer.
That's okay. Let's see. There's always that bit at the top of this that I have to. Yeah. Yep, we did do that part. Okay. 7 succeeds. Here we go. The Ring of Winter is sentient and tries to take control of any creatures that wears it. Sentient magic items has a section, Chapter 7 of the DMG, that could help guide you through that, should it happen. If it succeeds, the ring compels its wearer to cause undue harm to everyone and everything around it.
Damn.
In a cold-hearted attempt to incur the wrath of enemies and bring about the wearer's doom.
Oh, so the ring actively wants you to die.
It wants you to die.
Damn.
Sentience. The Ring of Winter is a sentient, chaotic, evil item with an intelligence of 14, a wisdom of 14, and a charisma of 17. The ring communicates by transmitting emotion to the creature carrying or wielding it, and it has hearing and normal vision out to a range of 60 feet. The ring craves destruction. Carves destruction would have been cool too.
I believe it probably does both.
Probably does both. And it likes inflicting indiscriminate harm on others. Non-detection. The Ring of Winter defies attempts to magically locate it. Neither the ring nor its wearer can be targeted by any divination magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors. That is a cool reason to force people to use this ring. Is if you're being scryed by a powerful enemy, you do not want to be caught by it.
Okay, so just like Frodo trying to hide from the ring.
Just like Frodo.
Although what's funny is because when he puts it on, it's actually worse. Like it makes it worse.
It does, yeah.
But
he didn't know that.
He didn't know that.
Frozen time. As long as you wear the ring, you don't age naturally. This effect is similar to suspended animation in that your age doesn't catch up to you once the ring is removed.
You know, the One Ring also extends one's life.
Damn. It also gives you mad bags.
Yeah.
Under your eyes.
It's true.
On a guy like Elijah Wood, having bags under your eyes is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. The ring doesn't protect its wearer from magical or supernatural aging effects, such as horrifying visage of a ghost.
You guys remember when I aged?
Absolutely.
Aged Percy like 20 years or something like that?
But not really.
Well, yeah, we had to retcon it. I forgot.
Yeah, it was like the only retcon thing we ever really did in the show, right?
Yeah.
It was fucking hilarious.
It was funny.
Fearbolgs live extra long too, so it's like not even that big of a deal.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
I was really hoping to hit Sebastian with it, but it didn't work.
That was wild. Old Man Bass.
Yeah.
Check out Super Quest Saga, a 5e actual play show that Will is now writing a campaign book on and selling it.
Mm-hmm.
Cold immunity, while attuned 2 and wearing the ring, you have immunity. Can you be attuned to it without wearing it? You're attuned to it, but it's like not on you? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, if it gets removed for some
'Cause
reason.
You can't wear it until you attune to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, so that makes sense. So while attuned and wearing the ring, you have immunity. I never thought about that. You have immunity to cold damage and don't suffer any ill effects from the extreme cold. You can check out Chapter 5 of the DMG about that. That Chapter 5 of the DMG has been coming up a lot.
Yeah, we've been getting the extreme weather stuff. So
Magic. The Ring of Winter has 12 charges and regains all its expended charges daily at dawn. While wearing the ring, you can expend the necessary number of charges to activate one of the following properties. You can expend 1 charge as an action and use the ring to lower temperatures in a 120-foot radius sphere centered on a point you can see within 300 feet of you. The temperature in that area drops 20 degrees per minute to a minimum of negative 30 degrees Fahrenheit. That's negative 30 degrees Celsius from the notes before. Maybe we should look ahead and do we always read footages and shit here and don't have the translated version. I could do that. Frost and ice begin to form on surfaces once the temperature drops below 32 degrees. This effect is permanent unless you use the ring to end it as an action, at which point the temperature in the area returns to normal at a rate of 10 degrees per minute. You can cast one of the following spells from the ring, spell save DC 17, by expending the necessary number of charges. Bigby's Hand, 2 charges. The hand is made of ice, is immune to cold damage, and deals bludgeoning damage instead of force damage as a clenched fist. So a little better, a little worse. It's a trade-off there. Because force damage is arguably better than cold.
Yeah,
terms
but
of
the only
resistances.
reason it's better is when it's resisted, right?
Exactly.
So
yeah. Cone of Cold, 2 charges. Flesh to Ice, 3 charges, as flesh to stone, except that the target turns to solid ice with the density and durability of stone. Ice Storms, 2 charges. Autoluke's Freezing Sphere, 3 charges. Sleet Storm, 1 charge. Spike Growth, 1 charge. The spikes are made of ice, by the way. And Wall of Ice. So basically, Wall of Ice is 2 charges. There weren't enough ice. There's a lot of ice spells, but there weren't enough.
ice spells, yeah.
So
and
they
there
just-
aren't. If you want to build an ice wizard, it's kind of difficult.
You do what you did here.
Yeah. Same with lightning. If you want to build like a lightning themed character, it can be a little tricky.
You just
Unless you want to use
stuff.
really shitty spells, because lightning lure sucks and witch bolt's trash.
Lightning Lure can be cool.
Lightning lure has use, but witch bolt's a piece of shit.
It's only cool in conjunction. If that's like your only thing,
Yeah.
not cool.
Yeah.
You can expend the necessary number of charges as an action and use the ring to create either an inanimate ice object, 2 charges, or an animated creature, 4 charges. The ice object can't have any moving parts, must be able to fit inside of a 10-foot cube, and has the density and durability of metal or stone, your choice. The ice creature must be modeled after a beast with a challenge rating of 2 or less. The ice creature has the same statistics as the beast it models, with the following changes. The creature is a construct with vulnerability to fire damage, immunity to cold and poison, and immunity to the following conditions: charmed, exhaustion, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, and poisoned. The ice creature obeys only in its creator's commands. The ice object or creature appears in an unoccupied space within 60 feet of you. It melts into a pool of normal water after 24 hours, or when it drops to 0 hit points. In extreme heat, it loses 5 or 1d10 hit points per minute as it melts. Use the guidelines in Chapter 8 of the DMG to determine the hit points of an inanimate object if they become necessary. All right, other properties. The Ring of Winter is rumored to possess other properties that can be activated only by an evil being whose will the ring can't break. Frost giants have long believed that the ring can be used to freeze entire worlds, while a genie in the service of a Kalashite, I read that right, Pasha once claimed the ring could be used to summon and control white dragons, as well as a mighty ice primordial named Kryanax. Destroying the ring is nigh indestructible, resisting even the most intense magical heat. If it is placed on the finger of the powerful archfey known as the Summer Queen, the ring melts away and is destroyed forever. I thought it'd be cool as you approach the Summer Queen for the ring to kind of stop working. Like that sheet of ice that's permanently over it sort of just isn't there anymore.
That'd be
It's like
cool.
a ring.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're getting close.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
The ring starts to cry ice cubes. It's like, no, please. I want to be cold again.
So I went ahead and looked up all the beasts of a challenge rating 2
Uh-huh.
from official source books. There's some pretty cool ones here. I mean, you could turn into an Allosaurus,
Ooh.
a hunter shark if you're in the water,
Mm-hmm.
a Quetzalcoatlus. That's a pretty gnarly ice construct.
Nice. Okay.
A rhinoceros ain't bad. saber-toothed tiger, a swarm of poisonous snakes. Do they retain the poison?
No.
It says it has all the stats, right?
I guess yes, because they're just all ice, right? And
Here's
there's
my
like
swarm of poisonous ice snakes.
there's a lot of anti-poison stuff in here.
There's a lot of anti-poison stuff all over 5e.
I mean, yeah, I would definitely want to poison the fuck out of everybody.
Okay, why is a swarm of maggots also a challenge rating 2? Like, what kind of maggots are they? It's disgusting.
It's hard to call a bunch of maggots a swarm. They don't fly. They barely crawl.
It's saying a swarm of maggots, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Does it mean like a puddle of maggots, or like maybe like a big bucket of
An
maggots?
ooze of maggots.
A pile of maggots.
A pail of maggots.
A pail of maggots.
It's from Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. So,
a newer book.
Yep.
They must have checked their verbiage.
Well, I think swarm is a mechanical term.
Oh, just
so,
means a lot.
yeah.
Okay.
You got anything to add about the Ring of Winter?
We didn't do a single Frozen reference.
Good.
If you're holding on to the Ring of Winter, just let it go.
Christ. All right. Let's get ready for a long rest.
Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to the long rest. Will, you like my new toe ring?
I do.
Cold as fuck.
It's quite fashionable.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to see it anymore because I'm putting the warmest slippers on ever.
Oh, nice.
They're face slippers, and they're going to help me teleport 30 feet once a day.
There you go. I thought it was once a short rest.
It could be. Well, I'll take a nap first and see how it goes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Got to keep this ring on lock, baby. No winter in my house. You got anything you want to talk about?
No.
Okay.
I'm still sick. I want to go home.
Okay, let's go into some YouTube. I know Will's been sick for 3 weeks, but it's been like 3 hours for me.
Yeah, this is the recording day that we did 3 episodes in a row.
We're at the end of it,
Indeed.
and I am stalling because I forgot I turned my phone off to charge it.
And we're
I'm turning-
supposed to read YouTube comments.
Yeah, I'm turning it back on so I can read the YouTube comments of like some episode in the past, like from like a month ago or whatever it's gonna be. So I was asking Will if he had anything he wanted to talk about. While
Well,
I
you
figured
usually
that out.
do about 2 episodes back is usually what you do, which would be the Salune episode.
That's probably the one I'm gonna read if
Okay.
there's a slew of comments on that one. I know people really like that episode quite a bit, and so did I.
Yeah.
So that might be.
But
a
then
good
there's
one.
all the evil, spooky stuff too that you could draw from.
Yeah,
those
we don't read
episodes.
the comments of like every YouTube episode.
Yeah.
It's just cool to jump in there every once in a while and see people getting raucous. You know how it is.
Raucous. That's fun.
Yeah, they do. They get raucous. Let's see. Oh, I remember. I have to go to the actual episode, and then yeah, we do have Salune on deck. We'll look at all the comments from this episode. Okay, we're there. Salune the Moon Maiden. We got Kyle Stark 1800. The day you have a "Don't Fart in the Underdark" shirt, I'll buy 2. We should. It's
We
hard
should.
to make merch.
We really should.
We have to get somebody to draw a thing,
Yeah.
and that costs money.
And we're already having someone draw 2 things right now, so
We are having people draw
it's been
stuff
in the
right
back
now.
burn, yeah.
A meteor must have hit the moon and made a crater. No, actually, it was a giga-powered dragon laser beam during the ancient dragon times in an attempt to undo an ancient elvish spell of insane power that plagues Tyrell to this day. But the dragons missed their target and hit the moon. Hope that helps. That was from Hey Samuel here.
Thanks, Samuel. I'll
2733.
take your word for it until I have to research that topic.
Let's see. Blackliff says, "Hey guys, just listen to the newest legendary weapons pod. On the topic of what to give away, I think a Dungeoncast merch bundle would be pretty cool. That's not bad.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Like we're giving away like
Here's a shirt, a hoodie, a mug, a hat.
something like that.
Yeah,
Somewhere in that ballpark of items. That's a good suggestion.
indeed.
Do you like us? We like you. Here's some of our clothes."
With us that you can put on you.
T2AV159 says, "The tears of Salune, the bits and pieces of the moon, was caused by something hitting it in ancient times. I totally forget what it was." Yeah, okay. Was that a thing in there?
So read it again.
This was the tears of Salune, the bits and pieces of the moon was caused by something hitting it in ancient times. But
Yeah.
I forgot what it was. That was in the episode.
Yeah, well, okay, 2 things. Okay, so there are 2 things that are called the Tears of Salune. In the episode, I talked about that liquid, the moon dew or whatever.
Moon juice.
It's called the Tears of Salune. A thing I don't think I mentioned because I didn't want to get into it was that so in Faerun, in Tyril, the moon, Selûne, it is followed by this constant stream of like sparkling dust. They actually show it in Baldur's Gate 3 and they do a really good job of rendering it.
I remember
looks
that. Yeah,
gorgeous.
you did mention that.
Those stardust motes or whatever in the sky all around the moon are also called the Tears of Selûne.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Trophy Scars 7364 says, "Can we get a Will and Kiki Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough?"
I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm sorry, guys.
There you have it.
I would. We just don't have time. I don't have time. We'd love to do more game stuff, but
It's true.
yeah.
Mikey Mike says, "Dragon balls." Balls is in all caps.
What's that in reference to?
No clue. So it's been a month since we made this episode and listened to any of this stuff, and I don't remember all
I
of
don't
it.
remember a Dragon Ball reference, but yeah. I mean,
There probably was.
They happen all the time.
This one somehow is in all bold.
Oh,
Do you see that?
good formatting for them.
Yeah, I don't know. Not the last one. This one. Brandon Blackfire 5783 says it in the all bold comment. In all bold, it blows my mind that a fantasy world like Dungeons and Dragons, Baldur's Gate, and any other video game or tabletop game takes place in the D&D world is so intricate and makes the world feel like a real world, especially Baldur's Gate games, since the choices you make heavily affect the story of the games. The authors that made D&D's world is genius for sure. Of course, maybe they meant of course, the community, I'm sure, has made lots of content and lore as well for D&D's universe. I agree, Brandon. It's good shit.
Yeah. Also, Forgotten Realms isn't D&D's universe. It's just one setting in the D&D
Yeah.
multiverse. I don't know what you'd call it.
Yeah. The Dungeoncast verse has I'm only reading the ones we didn't respond to. Damn it. Okay. Dakota Sir 9849 says, "Selûne is awesome. Her style and lore are sick. It's funny to hear that you guys clear out the awful comments. I always thought the section here was surprisingly positive. I don't think there's a lot that we need to clear out.
No, it's
It
like
comes
once,
up here
once
every
in a
once in
blue moon, like there's a nasty as shit comment that's so unreasonable that I'm like, hide
Yeah,
forever.
we're not in there negating any negative thing in there. Like we're open,
No.
we're totally open to critique. It's just like the stuff that is vile, it's gone. We
Yeah.
obliterate it. You guys have been in my sphere for a few years now, and your podcast always brings a good vibe. Keep it up, dudes."
Thank you.
Yeah, like every once in a while I'll accidentally read something like kind of shitty to read on here because I don't pre-screen these, but whatever. Bryce Sonoros 632. Whatever happened to pronouncing all ways so they can't get mad? Well, I'm mad because I like the pronunciation with a hard U, as in
Selûne.
triune or immune, 2 syllables
Selûne.
like saloon or Selûne. I expect better from you next time. Sad face. Did we not do every
We didn't do the hard U like what they're saying. Selûne.
we skipped the one they needed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Bright Sonora Rosa. That is so hard to say. Okay. Doom 2492, Dope Goddess. I always pronounce it Sayuluni. I'm kidding. Please don't pronounce it like that. Sayuluni. Oh, that's funny. I get it. Okay. Joshua Styron 3502. I'm going to date myself here, but Tobin's Spirit Guide is a reference to the original Ghostbusters movie. It's only mentioned once or twice in the movie. Did we talk about Ghostbusters?
I don't know.
Fall Fire says Selûne fighting with a wand and sword is sick, but her fighting with a scythe would be even sickle. Ha! Placeholder name 3818 commented in response to that and said, "I feel she should fight with some kind of moon-shaped weapon as well." Yeah, I do too. Void Mystic 00, my second character just died in our Icewind Dale campaign, and now I'm playing a level 3 shifter, 2 paladin, 1 hexblade warlock, crystal dragon shard patron, who's follower of Selûne. And that's the way I'm going to say it. So the fact that you guys literally put this video out right when I needed to Learn more about Saloon is fucking great. This is a fun and informational video. It's the laugh emoji with the squinty eyes, like you're laughing really hard, and then the heart emoji that's pink with all the sparkles in it, and then the 100 emoji with the 2 lines. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Sick. We're going to like and heart that one now. If you heard me read your comment on the pod as I recorded it, I liked and hearted it. So you can kind of like link those back together. I'm always surprised at how many comments like that we get.
Oh,
that
yeah.
are like,
we get them all the time.
I
yeah.
was just going to do this and you guys did an episode. Thank you.
Yeah,
Or like,
no problem.
You know, it's that and like, hey, I'm going to do this because you did it. It's like,
Yeah,
both of
there's
those
that
are
too.
around.
Yeah.
Hey, Wally Puff. It's good to see you. Do you know Wally Puff?
It sounds familiar.
Very frequent commenter and Discord.
Yeah. I do.
Gru is another character Saloon would have a complicated relationship with. On the one hand, he stole the moon. On the other hand, he gave it back, kind of.
Is that a Despicable Me?
Yeah. Gru.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't like those movies.
I love Steve Carell. So
I like Steve Carell a lot.
I gave that movie a chance because Steve Carell was in it.
Yeah, I've seen those movies a few times, and the more I watch them, the less I like them.
I watched Despicable Me 2 at least 24 times in the course of 6 months.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Yeah, I know how it is.
Weren't you Shreking it?
Yeah, Shrek and I mean the Minions movies for a while there.
We're
and
about to start Shreking it.
Kung Fu Panda for sure.
Oh yeah, Kung Fu Panda. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Thanks, Wally Puff, for all your interaction. We like hearing from you. I'm gonna like and heart that one as well. Koza is still around, according to Najan Hoth. It's an ancient name for Talos. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, Diggy was already updated me on that. A lot of those ancient names of gods from Netherreal's time are still around. They just have new names.
Thank you, Diggy. Abigs4828 says, my divination wizard is a fanatic of Bashaba, mistress of misfortune. She basically tries to bring misfortune upon others to avoid Bashaba actually noticing her. The attention of the goddess of bad luck is not something you actually want, so her worship is basically trying not to be noticed by your god. It's super interesting and really fun to play. I'd love to see you guys cover Bashaba and Tamora. These are two critically underappreciated, and I'd love to hear how Brian has worked them into his games. Keep it coming, y'all. I had a lot of fun interacting with them because, two sides of the same coin kind of thing, like luck and the coin flip being like intertwined. They have like coins as their like representative sigils, I think. Or at least one of them could be a coin, I think.
I think
I remember.
Tamora.
Yeah, for sure, at least her, because I had like a force. My adventures were of Tamora. Like, oh, Tamora will guide you. Like, they got sent on a quest, and then they encountered people out in the woods, like doing Bashaba stuff. It was fun. I don't know when we'll get into those. It's up to Will or maybe the patrons voting. But yeah, it was interesting using them, and I did have fun. It's cool. They're cool deities. Locker Room Chatter says that's a cool name. Shar and Saloon are interesting. I can see how Shar felt betrayed, and I can see how Saloon felt it was necessary to expand life. Wally Pop says Loki season 1 finale. Oh yeah, big spoilers. That was a cool interaction. Okay, so we got Phalliso, Bringer of Doom, says Io is cooler than AO anyways. Yeah, I said it. This is a cool one to segue through. The 11th hour 14 says we have a bunch of new equipment and species. This is in quotes, by the way. We're calling them species instead of races. And there's a new species builder you can just use to build races. Literally died, crying, laughing emoji. Just immediately accidentally contractor's self. 100% something I would do, crying emoji.
I mean, you know what I meant. Everyone knows what I meant.
Starseeker's Guide to Dragonstar has cool stuff in it. Oh, while you pops back, I 100% will admit to commenting on YouTube early since I listened to it in podcast form already, just because I like having my comments read. Yeah, totally. Please come do that.
Indeed.
We are not going to shame you for interacting with us. Let's see. KJ Shell says at 3:32 of this video, Brian, quote, can you give me an example of a non-evil lycanthrope? Me internally, Desmond of the Black Dice Society. # Black Dice Society. What is Black Dice Society?
I have no idea.
I bet they've got black dice.
Yeah, sure.
Los Gene says, thanks. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Obligatory comment. Damn, I'm reading that comment. It says 5 days ago, but they're not going to hear it for like another 3 weeks.
It's true.
Well, you're welcome. The slacker named Jack, another longtime dungeon caster, says obligatory comment to boost analytics. Me being confused for the first 25 minutes of the episode, thinking this video was about Elistrai. Where are the Drist comments at? That's funny.
I think Elistrai can also be known as the Moon Maiden.
That's true.
Yeah.
Julio Gouvier 9447 says, I always thought that the short rests were meant for smoking vile dankness. Sometimes they are.
No, they're not.
They're not meant for that. Sometimes it happens. It's mostly Will.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay.
It's mostly my straight edge co-host Will, who wasn't straight edge until like 3 months ago. You dropped the booze?
Yeah, I did.
How's that going?
It's good. It's going good. No alcohol, no cigarettes, no sweet foods, no desserts, no treats.
Yep. So you were wrong about the dankness.
Yeah.
Or were you?
Oh my God.
There's still one ambiguous podcast that may or may not smoke marijuana.
You're hilarious.
The vile dankness. Sorry. Lich dust, not even once. Let me tell you about lich dust. Oh, wait, I shouldn't do that. Not on mic. We can't. The cops will come for me. ICP. Oh, sorry, I didn't say who. Mike said lich dust not even once in response to that. ICP2724 says, guess I never realized these come out a week earlier on Spotify. Well, I think you're realizing it like right on time.
Yeah, it's a more recent thing that we've done.
Yeah, we're changing our editing workflow, and it's better for the YouTube episode to drop later. So sorry for whatever confusion that might cause for people looking to comment on recent stuff or like going in and seeing this show doesn't really have spoilers. So it's not like that. I don't think that's going to hinder anybody necessarily.
I mean, there's Alien and Beer spoilers now, but that's about it.
Yeah, and honestly, like you'll be okay if Alien and Beer gets spoiled. We don't know what we're doing until we do it. Oh, we have to do an Alien and Beer right now.
Yeah, we do.
I'm going to rush through. I'm going to rapid fire some of these. 44 Naya says, so basically, you are not with the Moon Maiden. If you are not with the Moon Maiden, you can go shart yourself. That's pretty good. 03045 says, well, hate how they pronounce her name. Keep hating it. Keep hating it. It's not changing. The episode's recorded and it's done, and I'm not changing it. So keep hating it. StanCal9249 says, everyone's pronunciation is valid to themselves. I'm not going to hate. I personally use Saloon and was very disappointed when basically no one in BG3 said it the way I do.
Yeah, and
that does hurt.
They do a lot of different pronunciations, but not that one.
You're just from a weird rural town that no one goes to.
Old Saloon.
Old Saloon. Okay, Nathan, you know what? I'm going to skip down. I'm going to find some shorter ones. Darnell1391 says, Elistrai, my queen, my love. Shout out to Elistrai. Can't wait for her episode. Nice. A lot of love for Elistrai in here. Sir Nunos lives, says, I mooned the Moon Maiden. And yeah, in Baldur's Gate 3, they pronounced it every way you can think of. Except for that one, Saloon. 6plays612 says, early gang. Yeah, ballin', dude. Get in that comment section ASAP. And Mulgra says, hell yes, my favorite D&D deity. I just like to call them D&D deities. You guys have any plans to dip into Pathfinder deities?
One day.
Will actually replied to that, says, yes, we want to. And then somebody recommended the Myth Keepers channel. I recommend Deities of the Realms by our friend Ben Dignan.
Oh, yeah, for Forgotten Realms deities. I think they were suggesting that one for Pathfinder deities.
Yeah, still.
But yes, I also recommend Religion in the Realms.
Okay, well, let's fucking call it a game. Wait, did we do our normal, like, can you find us on social and all that shit?
I don't think so.
Find us on social media.
We're
the following places.
Discord, Mastodon, Twitter, Instagram, Threads. Links all in the description. Check it out.
Yeah, don't type in Mastodon. That's a different website. You do not want to see what's there. Unless you do.
Unless you do.
We have a P.O. box, an email address. You can find those in the notes section below. Thanks for a fun year of the Artifact, everyone. It was great.
Indeed. We got a few more episodes left, and we still have one more item episode left, just not an artifact episode.
Okay. And yeah, the month of December is going to be cool. Happy holidays. And yeah, we'll see you on the other side.
We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
The Dungeoncast.